Hey there, Clayton. This is Megan McCracken, and in this video, I just will have some tips and tricks for some things that you can do to grow your online presence and be able to reach more people so that you can grow your business and become even more successful. So I'll just kind of hop into it. The reason why I make these videos is just to help small businesses to grow. So if you like these tips and tricks and you want to just implement them yourself, that is great if it will help you. Otherwise, some business owners end up coming back to me and saying, well, Megan, I like you, so please just do this for me. So if that's the case too, happy to chat more. Either way is good with me. So we'll just jump into it. I'll be talking about a few things related to your website. I'll talk about your Google business profile, and then lastly, I'll talk about advertising a little bit too. So for starters, with your website. So your website is really clean and beautiful. I really love your logo, by the way. As a rule of thumb, Google likes to see about 1,500 words on the homepage. Whoopsie daisy. So if we look at how many you have, let's see, you have just over 1,000 or just under 1,200 actually. So that's, not bad for sure, especially compared to others that I've seen that only have like 500 or what have you. Um, you also obviously want to be making sure that they're really optimized for a lot of these keywords. So with all of the services that you're wanting to do, and some of these, the reason why there are more keywords is, or not more keywords, more words on your homepage is also because of these reviews, which is obviously still really good. But it can be even more helpful if you have actual 1,500 words of real content targeted to certain keywords. So I saw that you're servicing Salt Lake City and Park City. So I looked at one of your competitors. Let me see where they're at. One second. There we go. So this is Mott's Landscaping. They're in Salt Lake City and they're ranked number one or number one, number two on Google. So they're doing really well for specific searches in the Salt Lake area specifically. So if we look at them, yeah, so they're number two, and that's just because number one is actually KSL. So it's just different articles on KSL about landscaping. But in this case, number two, so landscaping Salt Lake City, the volume shows how much volume of searches is coming in per month for those. And then traffic, this is all the traffic they're getting. So even if we just assume that for all of these, they're only converting like 10% of these clicks to their website, to an actual sale, that is still like a handful per search for some of them, and then one or two for the others. But that is still like at least a dozen, if not more, per month that they're bringing in. That you could also be getting if you can write the content and optimize your website to be able to rank at least near them, even if not above them, which is definitely also possible. Especially because the KD, that refers to keyword difficulty, so that just means how hard it is to rank for these keywords. So most of them are less than 20, which means it'll still, I mean, anything on Google with ranking takes a few months to actually see it, but some can take, upwards of 6 months to a year. And this would really only take a few months once you get it optimized following proper like optimization rules on Google. So that's the first thing. So, when you're writing your content, definitely be using these specific keywords. You can use Ahrefs, you can use SpyFu or SEMrush. They're all subscription based. But most of them have free trials too that you could even try first if you wanted to do it yourself. But that's the first thing, is having the content, having lots of photos too that are also saved with keywords is super helpful. Having certain words that you want to emphasize bolded, because then Google sees that those are important and will recognize those as specific keywords to get you ranked for. All of those types of things are going to be super helpful for you. And then obviously you also just want to have more pages. Like under service, I would even recommend having even more specific sub pages and service pages. I would recommend having service areas pages. If you're able to do a blog and do even like one or two blog posts a month, just to show Google that you're continuing to be active, and then that will also help people to see you for certain searches too, then that will help you out too. So that's the first thing related to your website. The second thing that's related to your website is backlinks. So backlinks is just the popularity contest of Google, is what I like to call it. So it's just other websites linking back to yours as an authority. So if we look over here at Mott's, or whoops, that was for Layton. So if we look over at Mott's, Mott's is actually not doing very well on backlinks, which is good news for you because they're ranking really well on Google despite not having a lot of backlinks, which means their keyword content is doing great. But that's something that you could definitely leverage would be backlinks because it's so easy to do. There's different softwares that will help you get linked to these same ones that your competitors have, but then also help you find other ones that have high relevancy and high authority related to to landscaping, to your industry, because the more relevancy and authority that there is, the better. Gephardt approved, obviously, it's a huge authority in the Utah area, so that's why that one matters. Same with Gephardt Daily. Um, and they have, things with higher domain ratings just means that they're things that are going to have higher authority in the eyes of Google. So if you can be chasing those exact same ones and then using softwares to chase your own, and if you can double or more what you're doing, that would be huge for you. This is for someone in Davis County. This is someone who's huge there. They have 65 referring domains. So other areas will often have more. But the biggest thing that matters is looking at what your competitors are doing so that you can outrank them. So that's the first thing related to is your website, and those two things related to your website. Second thing, number two, is your Google business profile. So landscape company, Salt Lake City. We want to make sure we're in these top three slots because these are the money slots. Even if you're not ranked here, like these guys are ranked here, so they're doing well in there. But these guys, despite not being ranked, outranking Mott's down here, they're at least probably getting a decent amount of business because they're in these top three slots with the maps listings. Because most people are not clicking on more businesses, right? And the way that there's a few ways to optimize your maps listing. You add a lot of photos that are geotagged or keyword tagged, chasing as many reviews as you can from customers who might not have left them yet. Um, Having like posts to continue to keep your profile updated and stuff like that. Those are just a few examples of some things that you can do. There's also citations, so different places online where you can submit your business so that it's cited there as well. All things that are going to help you out so that you can be in these top slots, and then it just requires a little bit of clean maintenance as well once you get there. So that's a great, honestly, pretty simple thing that you can do to bring in more business too. And then very lastly, while you're waiting for these things to get ranked, because I definitely recommend organically getting yourself ranked well, no matter what you decide to do, we have advertising, right? So we have Google ads. So we have for example, these are obviously showing up as some ads for this search of landscape company Salt Lake City. Facebook ads are also super helpful though for landscaping specifically, just because, not everyone actively knows that they need landscaping done right away. They might have it in the back of their mind. I know I always do. Um, so they might not be searching landscape company in their area. But if they're scrolling on Facebook and suddenly this ad pops up and it has a great offer attached to it of like 25% off or whatever you would be comfortable doing and adding as an offer, then they might, and then also having a really good creative, like a video or a photo that's really good and compelling and intriguing, and engaging, then it will make someone go, okay, I'll at least put in my information. I'll fill out this form. And then if you can give them a call and close that sale, if you're a good salesperson, easy way to get quick leads while you're waiting for the other stuff to rank. But then once your stuff gets ranked, if you want to take some money out of that advertising budget and pour it into other parts of your business, you'll continue to still do well and get traffic, maybe not as much, but you'll still be getting traffic because your website's doing well at that point. So honestly, I always recommend a conjunction of both. But you also can mix and match. You can scale up if you need to as budgets require and things like that as well. So I hope that any or all of these tips and tricks were helpful for you. Again, if you want to chat more, I'm happy to. My phone number is 385-315-7439, or you can schedule in the signature of the email that I'll be sending this with. But otherwise, I hope that this is helpful for you, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks so much, Clayton. You have a good one. Bye.